Hi everyone. So first of all, yes, my hair's blue. Woo! So on the last con survival guide, we talked about scheduling. You can go check that out right up here. And today I'm going to tell you about my tips on how to stay healthy and kind of help deal with the crowds when you're at the convention. So when it comes to your health, my first tip is drink lots of water. Lots and lots of water. I usually bring a water bottle with me to the convention center. There's usually water fountains around that you can fill it up. That way you don't have to spend a lot of money having to buy water bottles and as well as having to find like vending machines or places like that. You'll always have water with you. This is going to help not only with your physical health, staying hydrated is going to help you with your mood, your energy, and it's going to keep you healthy. It's probably going to help a little bit in trying to prevent you from catching that con crud. Now, another big tip to help prevent you catching con crud is use hand sanitizer. I usually carry around one of those mini little things. You'll see this when I get to my what's in my con bag, but I highly recommend having some with you and using it on a regular basis throughout the day, especially before you eat. If you don't go and wash your hands with soap and water, at least use hand sanitizer. I also like to use it a lot when I'm in the exhibitor hall or in the dealer's room because you're going to be playing games, you're going to be picking up books and miniatures and stuff like that to look at that probably thousands of other people have touched. And you don't always know how hygienic those other people are. So using a little bit of hand sanitizer will help minimize your exposure to any other germs that somebody else might have. On a similar note, shower once a day. It will help both your mood and health, and also your fellow con-goers will thank you. You're probably going to be meeting a lot of people when you go to the convention, whether it's friends that you haven't seen in a while, new people, meeting celebrities. Opt for waving when you're meeting somebody new instead of handshakes. This is going to cut down on your exposure to any germs, as well as not everyone likes to have their personal bubble broken by a handshake, so that way you're starting out on a good foot. And if somebody does go in for a handshake, don't diss them by not doing the handshake, but if you can kind of initiate the like, oh, I'm gonna wave, this is the accepted greeting, awesome. So health-wise, less on the con crud avoidance and more on just general energy as well as mental health. It's okay to walk away from the convention if you need to. Cons can be really overwhelming. There are going to be hundreds, if not thousands of people at the convention. If you're someone who knows you are going to have trouble with crowds, look into the convention and see if they have like a quiet room, is what some of them call them, which is just a room that you can go. They usually put them kind of away from a lot of the big activities at the convention. And it's not for napping at all. It's just a space to go, sit down, have a quiet moment, and just collect yourself. Another alternative is to go outside. Get some sunlight, get some fresh air, just take a few moments to breathe. I did this the last time we were at Gen Con. I needed a moment. I walked down a couple of blocks and got a slice of pizza and walked back, and by the time I got back, I was like, okay, I'm ready to do this. I'm ready to jump back in. So when you're actually in the convention center, how do you deal with crowds? If you're in the dealer room, if you're in the exhibition hall, if you're in Artist Alley, anywhere where there are going to be a lot of people moving around, a lot of people stopping and looking at stuff, it's important to pay attention to the flow of traffic and try not to block it. This is especially in the dealer hall where there are going to be a lot of people walking around, a lot of people wanting to stop and look at stuff. If you want to stop and look at stuff, make sure you step out of the flow of traffic. Don't stop, especially in the middle of like an intersection. Don't stop there. Try and move out of the way. If you see a friend, step to the side. Just try and not be in that flow of traffic, and you won't get bumped around as much, and your fellow con-goers also won't get upset that suddenly there's like a traffic jam. Another suggestion I have is try to avoid bringing bulky bags or backpacks. Not only is this going to help minimize how much weight you're carrying, and so your back will thank you, but also you aren't going to have to be as worried about bumping into other people when you turn. And if you can't avoid the bulk, just be mindful of how much space you take up, especially if it's a backpack. You don't want to turn around and like take out somebody's display or a small child. I have seen that happen. It was funny only because everyone was okay. This advice also applies if you're in costume, and especially if you have a large prop. If you know there's one day you want to wear a costume and you have a large prop, maybe that's not the day you're going to go shopping in the dealer hall. But if you are planning on hitting the crowded dealer halls, try and see if there's like a locker, or if you have a car parked nearby, you can go drop your large prop there before heading to the dealer hall. This is also going to help make sure that your prop doesn't get accidentally broken. You put in a lot of time and effort making it, you don't want it to get broken because somebody in a crowded aisle walks into your styrofoam sword and it breaks. That would be bad. And my final tip for dealing with the crowds at the convention is be polite and listen to the convention staff. If they're asking you to go somewhere, if they're asking you to move out of the way, just do it. If you ever don't feel safe or you feel like you need help, whether that's finding an event that you're supposed to go to and you aren't sure where, or something more serious, there should be plenty of staff who are wearing either shirts or badges that signify they are staff who are there to help. Alright, so those are my tips on how to stay healthy and deal with crowds at conventions. I hope it comes in handy. If you have any tips as far as like how you stay healthy when you go to conventions, or any tips and tricks to dealing and maneuvering through the crowds, let us know down in the comments below. And if you want to check out more in our con survival guide, I'll put a link to that right up here so you can watch more of those. Alright, we'll see you next time on Roll for Initiative. Bye!